Hey guys, JV here, sharing my confusing relationship with Nintendo. And for the majority of this video, I am going to be talking to the face cam for one reason and one reason only, and that is Nintendo. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you already know how I feel about Nintendo's copyright policy. It's about as ass backwards as releasing the NES Classic and then discontinuing it because they couldn't meet demand. Yes, the NES Classic was classic Nintendo. My opinion of Nintendo was pretty clear up until I bought a Switch. After playing Splatoon 2 at E3 and Mario Kart 8 on my buddy's Switch, I decided to take a leap of faith, shell out, and grab one for myself. And since I got one, it's been pretty simple to me. The Switch is just a great gaming system. It kind of embodies everything Nintendo. I'll say the good parts of Nintendo. I mean, the simplicity in design, just how fun and easy it is to use, how functional the system is. It really is a classic Nintendo console. At first, I didn't buy into the portability because, let's be honest, I don't really leave my house. I mean, got everything I need here, but I can take this handheld all over my apartment, into my office where I am now, just lay on the couch if I don't want to sit up and look at the TV. If I want to get in bed, it's been a long day, and just chill out and play some Breath of the Wild, I can do that. I also thought this whole snap in, snap out Joy-Con system was going to be really flimsy and plasticky feeling, but it's really not. I mean, let's go ahead and do it right now. And then you have the little holder here, which is like a controller, but not 100%. It clicks in just like that. Boom. There it is. Now this is cool. Obviously I want the Pro Controller. I just can't find it anywhere because, you know, Nintendo. Of course, there were a lot of valid concerns, especially given Nintendo's launch titles in the past, that Switch would not have enough launch titles to warrant buying the console. And there really weren't at the very beginning. You know, it was only Breath of the Wild. And of course, the big thing, the big criticism was, oh, the Switch is just a Breath of the Wild machine, which was totally valid, like I said, for the first month or so. But the fact is, Breath of the Wild might be the best console launch title ever. And I got incredible reviews. I'm sure you guys are very aware of that, but I'm not someone who's hopping on this nostalgia train. I mean, I did not grow up playing Legend of Zelda. The only one I did play was Twilight Princess on Wii. So I'm someone who's completely removed from that bandwagon. But even still, I've been blown away by the game. Anytime the game becomes a drag or I'm like, I have to go and do this, I learned something new, some new way to play the game that was there the entire time that I just didn't know about, that I'm slowly being, you know, drip fed. Or I visit a new area that is super distinct. I mean, you start at the beginning of the game in this very kind of lush forested area, and then you can go to this darker area where it's always raining and there's a bunch of water. And then I just went to a new place that's all desert and sand, and it's just so much fun. There's something about the simplicity of design with Breath of the Wild that I simply love. I mean, there's no deep, long charts and stats and all this stuff that you expect in an open world RPG. It's just not there. The game is just breathtaking. I love it, and I'm not even halfway through it. I'm sure I'm not even a quarter of the way through it, and I've put a lot of time into it in the past week. The other game I've been playing on it is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition, and for those who had a Wii U and already bought the game, I understand it's a criticism, it's already been out, but I've never owned a Mario Kart game since my Nintendo 64, right? So I'm really not part of that crowd. It's basically a brand new game to me, and I'm loving the hell out of it. It's pretty much the most solid Mario Kart game around, and it should be, right? Because it's the new one, but there's so many stages, a lot of favorites from previous Mario Kart games that I've played in the past here and there, and also a ton of characters, a ton of karts, and a ton of battle modes. I was really surprised by, there's like 5 different battle modes, and you could just set it on random, and it's so much fun to play with friends on the couch. As I'm recording this, Splatoon 2 is about to come out, and I just played in the Splatfest last week. That was a lot of fun. It's only 3 days away. And then we've got Mario Rabbids, that weird XCOM Nintendo Ubisoft game that I saw at E3 that looks really fun. There's just no denying that the Switch has a great launch lineup. It just does. I mean, you can look at this chart here. It absolutely has a ton of games that warrant buying a console. The other thing I'm loving about the Switch is that it's a great party console. If you have more than 2 people over at your house, it's hard to enjoy playing video games on a PS4 and Xbox One. Heck, you have to get 2 of them in order to truly enjoy some experiences. There's this little game that looks really stupid, and I was one of the people who made fun of it. Trust me, snipper clips, but it is so much fun when you have 4 people playing it, all together. I invited friends over the other night and it was just so much fun. Mario Kart 8 is the same way. If you have more than 2 people, it's just a fantastic game to throw on and just have fun. My one request is a new Mario Party game, because that's a game I played a lot on my Wii, Mario Party 8, I believe, and this was before they screwed it up and they put everyone in the same like vehicle or car, whatever the hell it is, and pretty much ruin the competition of it. It's basically a big Monopoly board where, again, you can play with 4 people or more, and it's a great party game. If they put that on the Switch, I would have so much fun. So like I've said, it's only been out for a few months, but this is simply the best console for more than 2 players. If you want to have people over, it's a great party console. It's been rainbows and sunshine up to this point, but there are legitimate reasons to not like Nintendo, especially for someone like me, a creator on YouTube. But first, let's talk about those supply issues, because they are truly annoying. And I know there's a lot of legitimate reasons. You know, don't type up a giant paragraph telling me what the legitimate reasons are. There's inventory issues, producing it overseas, getting over to the US, whatever it may be. I know those exist. And they exist no matter how much I want to believe that Nintendo is artificially creating this scarcity. They're purposefully creating only this much units to, you know, drive demand, make people want their product. That's what I think, even though there's legitimate things saying, no, that's not the case. I seriously do not get how they can't produce the demand. Yes, I know they got burned on the Wii U. There were a lot of Wii U's on shelves and they had to buy them back. It was ugly, but the Wii U is not the Switch. The Switch has been proven to be successful. It already is successful. Nintendo has come out and said, yes, we realize the supply is not meeting the demand. We're going to increase production, but I really don't think we've seen the result of that. It's still so hard to get a Switch. Retail locations will get it if you're lucky, but then there's a line of people. They only get 6 or maybe less. It's just a nightmare. And for the benefit of everyone, I just feel like they should get their shit together. Now let's talk about the YouTube side of things. And I've done a lot of research. I've even tried it myself. The simple fact is that you cannot upload Nintendo footage to YouTube without being copyrighted, plain and simple. I tried it myself with the Switch announcement trailer, and in the end, after uploading and re-editing about 5 times, I gave up and I just did screenshots, and that's what worked. And so that's what you're seeing in this video. What most developers and publishers realize, and Nintendo clearly doesn't, is that YouTubers talking about their products is free publicity. I love my job, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely incredible to do this for a living, but I can't make videos for free. It's like showing up to your job and your boss tells you, hey, we're gonna pocket the cash for today's work. Sorry, man, that's just how it is. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. Nobody would like that. I really can't stand it when people talk about privilege and YouTubers expecting certain things. There's a very clear established way of how things go on. And like I said, most developers and publishers aren't crazy. They're not losing a ton of money because YouTubers are making a little bit off of talking about their products. They make more money back in publicity. Now, of course, I could apply for Nintendo's creator program if I wanted to receive a fraction of the normal revenue, but I've heard nothing but terrible things about it. Seriously, if you're wondering about it, if you want to start a Nintendo channel because you just got a Switch, it's a bad idea. So for right now, I love my Switch and I love the games on it, and I'm looking forward to the games that are coming out, and I wish I could share that with you guys, but Nintendo makes that impossible, and it makes my relationship with Nintendo very confusing. I hope somebody at Nintendo wakes up and realizes they could reach a larger market if they open the floodgates on this thing. Because I know somebody will swoop in and try to white knight the situation and say Nintendo has a right to protect their IP and their copyright. Why should you have the right to make money off of it? As if the money YouTubers make comes even close to Nintendo, like it even scratches the surface. It's not even close. I'm not saying Nintendo doesn't have the right, because they do. That would be stupid to say. They 100% have the right. But just because they have the legal right doesn't mean it makes the most business sense. It clearly doesn't. Is every other developer and publisher making a mistake by allowing YouTube videos to exist without copyright claiming them? That's a pretty bold claim. There are so many examples, but many years ago now, a guy by the name of SeaNanners made a game called Minecraft very popular by uploading videos and getting a few 100,000 views. That was a lot at the time. That inspired other other creators to hop on that train with that game, and the game has a lot of replayability and replay value. And look at the game now. It was sold to Microsoft for an astronomical amount of money. It's very clear that YouTube is a positive thing for good games. Now, if your game is terrible, then maybe it's a bad thing. And we see that time and time again on channels like Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling. They tear apart bad games. The developers and publishers get mad, try to get into legal battles with them, and they lose every single time. I'm not sure that's what Nintendo's trying to avoid, because Nintendo games are fairly well liked universally. At this point, I can only hope that Nintendo grows up and realizes the potential of this thing. I mean, seriously, it has a lot of potential to grow even larger. To close out the video, I want to ask you guys a question. What are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch? Is it a console you're waiting to get? Have you already got one and you're having a lot of fun with it? Maybe you're not liking it, or are you just not touching the Switch? You don't like Nintendo, or maybe you were a Nintendo fan and the Switch is not really your thing. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. If you stayed till the end and enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe for more content. Check out my latest videos by clicking the links on screen. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss another video. Sign up with Juniper to receive exclusive discounts on shirts, hoodies, and more at the JV merch store. Click the link for more details. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.